Hey Cancer, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a timeless tarot and oracle reading for you about love and money. We're going to be asking what's coming towards you at this time. We're going to start with this oracle mudra deck. And this is the one that comes with the hand gestures that you can do to empower the message. We'll see what kind of energies kick off your reading. If you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Cancers and cross-watchers alike to pray for you, simply say hi or leave an emoji. You can share what you're going through, whatever you're comfortable with in the comments section. And that gives us kind of a pathway to you, right? So only love and light in this space. I seal that with my intention, and we'll have something to focus on you with in the comments section. We start with devotion, deeply attached. The message is, in that I admit the emptiness, Cancer, I receive abundance and happiness. And this is how you do the mudra. You kind of pinch, like make the okay sign, and you cradle one hand in the other. And it goes on to say, so this is really cool. These mudra cards correlate with the body and health. Using our concentration to sink into activity, a contemplation or a meditation brings about healing, wonderful stillness, and this is to help deal with acute or chronic pain. So if you're going through anything that's painful, this can be a very helpful mudra. And it's all about setting one's intentions and physically doing so, right? It's a gesture that you're physically empowering the message with. Very interesting. So let's get into it, you guys. We're going to have a column for your money, and then we're going to have a column for your love life. Very simple. It's going to be intuitive reading, so we only take the cards that fly out for you. And before I forget, I'll just ask, if you haven't yet, please hit the like button. That helps the channel greatly. It lets the algorithm know that it should pump it out to other Cancers like yourself, be helpful to them. Okay, money. Money, money, money. We start with, ooh, that's not a bad card to start a money reading with, boo. That's King of Pentacles. Let's get a little bit more out on this, but that's a very good sign. So King of Pentacles is an energy, it's very earthy energy. So the Pentacles, they represent the earth signs. But King of Pentacles isn't messing around with money. They're usually doing really good with their money. They think in a practical sense. They are very wise and discerning with what they invest in. Money, money, money for my Cancers at this time. Knight of Cups. What else for my Cancers at this time? All right. This looks really good for you, Cancers. Your July readings were a little bit dramatic. I apologize for that. For anybody, I know that it was really helpful for a lot of you guys, just based on your comments. I did have somebody who got mad at me. I'm sorry. But you guys have been going through a lot this year, and not all bad or anything. It's just, intense for a lot of you guys. So anyway, this is just nice to see. We've got 10 of Cups here. I want to ask a little bit more about this. This is 3 of Wands, and so that means that you may not be launching off on your plan, that there might be a switch up in your plans. But you've got all these kind of destiny suggestions here with the 10 of Cups, destiny card, and the world, the wheel. So it looks like somebody's coming in or to influence you into a different direction. And I say that because what's this all about, right? Like, so you might have been making progress in a certain direction, and then the 3 of Wands being flipped upside down, you might be switching up directions for a better result. I apologize, by the way, if there's wind. I've kind of taken precautions to kind of try to block it. If you could see the getup I got going on, you'd laugh. Who's this Knight of Cups? So Knight of Cups, in a money reading, that's going to be possibly an opportunity to grow your wealth in a way that emotionally fulfills you. It could be creative. It puts you, I feel like you'd be in charge of this situation. So this would be a project that I think you could stretch out in a little bit and be your Cancerian self. What is this? 3 of, wow, this is a really good change up. Okay, so you think you're making progress in a certain direction. You're kind of waiting for your ships to come in, get some results of this progress, and you're looking for those green lights. You know, this suggests that you've made some effort in a certain direction, basically, in your career, your financial life. Then you get somebody enters your realm, Cancer, who is making an offer that you can't refuse. It puts you in like an authority position. And I don't mean that in like, yeah, basically it's got boss energy all over it. And it allows you to do something that it comes very natural for you. It takes you here, the 10 of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and you don't expect it. With the Page of Cups, sorry about that, you guys, the camera fell over. There's a little bit of wind today. So the Page of Cups talks about where you least expect to find it, something delightful comes your way, just like that fish jumping out of the goblet. So prepare for your plans to change slightly. This is going to give you leverage in your life, just to be clear. So, because some of you guys might be bombarded with a few different options, but how you can separate this from the others is that it's going to make you feel empowered. It's going to grow your wealth, undoubtedly, and it's going to put you, here comes Freya. The cat's going to jump into your reading, and it's going to put you in the control seat of your life. It feels so great to deliver that news to you. Okay, so now we're going to get some insight on love, and we're going to move these aside a little bit and open a new deck. So, love for my Cancers at this time. Geez, I'm sorry. Face your bottom that way, please, sweetie. Be nice to Cancer. Don't ruin them. If I could just tell, this is going to be a reading where it's like, I love the reading so far. We're going to keep trucking. But like, it's the wind, it's the cat, it's cards are flying everywhere. Bring it on. Love for my Cancers. There's hair in my mouth. Love for Cancers at the time of viewing this, whenever that may be. What are they meant to know? Love for my Cancers. Healing. The 6 of Swords. I love that. Healing. 6 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. We'll come back to her. Love for my Cancers. Please make it clear. Cool thing about doing these readings outside, Cancer, is that it reminds me to go with the flow. I cannot control everything. And that's kind of the premise of tarot too, is go with the flow. Oh, you got some big cards here. So listen, let's unpack this a little bit more. The Death card, clarity on the Death card for love for Cancers. Thank you. Okay, and thank you. All right, and then we've got the Devil card. Bear with me, you guys. I just really would like to have a decent idea of where this is going. What is this options of? Okay, listen, it looks right off the bat, it kind of looks like as we start off with this theme of healing. And then it goes on to talk about 2 individuals. These are divine counterparts, the King and Queen of Pentacles. These are people who are invested in each other. They're not in that place at all of like flirty new love. Now, if it is new love, then both y'all are pretty grounded in this, like grounded, earthy grounded. You guys are pretty devoted. Whether or not you've told each other, but for a lot of you guys, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of loyalty here. The King of Pentacles. Now remember that gender does not attach itself to the cards. We have somebody here who I think has been doing a lot of healing, right? And then we have somebody here who is coming up against like an ending in their life, and it has something, it affects this Queen of Pentacles, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they are ending their relationship with the Queen of Pentacles. There's something that's going on that I want to unpack a little further. I think that Cancer, if you are with somebody who's been going through some shit, they are going to be contacting you about that. I need a little bit more information because it feels okay. Okay, so my question to the tarot was, well, what is ending, right? Because it's almost like this dark night of the soul. I think this person is going through a death and a rebirth. I think they will be contacting you about it. Now, roles can be reversed. Maybe you're like, that's actually me, and I might reach out to my divine partner about it. But either way, there's a constant theme of investment. And so that's a good sign, right? Like loyalty and investment is there. They love you, boo. But they're looking at the big picture and they're realizing that the big picture that they had in their head previously has got to change. Like it's not sustainable. And so it feels like they've been doing processing on their own. I say that the big picture is not sustainable because it came out with the energy of the King of Wands. This person is going to want you to know that they are rebuilding their vision of the future with you. So it might be that there's a joint healing going on. But then we go on to unpack the devil. And the devil is Capricorn, ruled by Capricorn energy. So possibly this is an earth sign, a Capricorn. But the devil talks about patterns in our lives that we get into that we can feel stuck in, we can feel enslaved to. It can be codependency, it can be drugs and alcohol, it can be being a workaholic. But they're patterns of behavior that don't serve us very well. And the thing is that we can break these patterns regardless of how deeply they're embedded in our nature or we feel that they're embedded in our identity. That's what the devil represents, is this person has control over this, but it's giving them great anxiety. They're working through it, but it might be keeping them up at night. They might be there's some processing going on. And I think it's about expansion. It's about, I'm going to cover up our boobies. Expansion. The World card is a beautiful card of possibility. It's even travel sometimes, literally. We're gonna get through this reading no matter how much wind tries to knock it down. Yeah, so it's actually the growth aspect, and possibly that means literally moving to a new town or taking on more responsibility, growing in their community, building a community. It's like this growth that they have to step up to, and means that they have to break some old patterns. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Judgment card came out here, because there's almost a sense of like, all right, you got to level up. It's time to grow up a little bit. It's time to work, you know what you got to work on, your assignment, and it's given them anxiety. It doesn't mean that their answer is no, and it doesn't mean that they're going to stop trying. We got dogs now. What does this all mean? We're going through it. We're not going to give up. It's a great reading. It's like all the elements are kind of pushing us. I love this saying. Pause in the reading for a quick second to share this with you. There's a saying that goes, the walls aren't there to stop you. They are there to show you how badly you want something. The dog barking, the wind, Freya mooning you guys. It's all just a wall showing me how badly I want to deliver this message. So anyway, back to this individual. Just know this, that if you sense that they're hesitating, if their behavior is strange, if they feel like they're full of anxiety, or they're quick to snap or something, they're kind of going back and forth, humming and hawing, because they have a lot of anxiety about this growth, okay? And we've all been there, Cancer, right? And for some of you guys, again, this could be you. But when something scares us, we sometimes will try to find holes in the plan, or we find excuses not to do it or something. So they're not necessarily full-blown finding excuses. They're just going back and forth. Like, well, if I do this, what does that mean? Da, da, da. We don't have the Moon tarot card out yet, but there's like moon energy to that. Well, what's beautiful is there's a lot of swirling around of options, like what's next. So there's all this healing basically going on. There's a lot of processing, and you're doing your own healing too. But there's there's all these possibilities. And so it's a time for considering those. Damn it. The wind. Jesus. But one of these is key. One of these is presenting a beautiful element. If you look closer at these cards, you'll see all that glitters is not gold. Some of them, they hold treasure, and some of them hold serpents. There's one choice, one possibility among all these that is, again, we've got this beautiful theme coming back into the reading is Page of Cups. And he's here to tell you that one of these choices is quite magical. It's going to make you guys very happy, especially this King of Pentacles. All right, I will leave it there. You guys, thanks for bearing with me. There's going to be a lot of edits in this video. I love you. Please consider subscribing. Feel free to reach out for a personal reading. Mwah.